Okay, so what I want to show you now, so what I want to show you now is I'm going to lay over her back and simulate riding. I have already stood up in the stirrup with the saddle on her. I've done that. In fact, here's a picture. This was several days ago, and I've done it probably a dozen times now. And she can handle that fine. But I want her to be able to handle this kind of stuff. We've done this, a lot of bouncing up and down. In the beginning, she took off. First time we did that, she's like, ah, you know, she took off running. First time we just stood beside her and bounced up and down. But I'll show you this. Let me see if I can turn her around here. Even though I've saddled her, step over. Even though I've saddled her 8 or 10 times and put a circ single on her a few times, she's still cinchy and fussy about her belly right here. So and that's actually better than it was yesterday. It's quite a bit better. Good girl. All right, I'm impressed with that. I thought she was going to lay her ears back and get nasty about it, and she didn't. So good for you. You're getting better. Yes, you are. You're getting better. Okay, let me see what she does when I do it on this side. I'm just kind of using my fingertips and poking on her belly a little bit. Oh, that's way better than yesterday. Okay. All right. So now, if I were 30 pounds lighter and 30 years younger, I wouldn't need this step. Back in the day, I used to do this from the ground, but now I need this step. So that's just the way it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to climb up here. I'm going to crook this rope. No, come on. I did this yesterday, so she kind of knows what I'm about to do. She moved off a bit yesterday. Hopefully it'll be better today. I'm just going to lay over her back, and I've crooked this rope over the end of my arm. So if she was to shoot out or do something silly, then by grabbing that rope, I can keep her from hind kicking me with her back leg. Okay, because I'll be able to pull her around and kick her butt out that way. I don't think she will, but you always want to be prepared if something goes wrong. Okay, there you go. She's looking at me, and that's fine. She can look and kind of check it out. Okay, see, that kind of bothered her, the fact that I was rubbing her on the other side. Come here, babe. Stand right there. That bothered her a little. Okay, but if she can't handle this, why would I want to put my big fat hind end in the saddle and ride her if I can't even lay over her and rub her belly? Okay, now I'm going to kick my feet off and put my weight on her here. Okay, and there's a lot of things she's learning here. One of them is she can see me out of both eyes on both sides. See, I'm laying over her, legs on one side, head on the other side. And this may look a little dangerous, but it isn't. If she were to move, all I do is just slide off, land on my feet. Or worst case, land on my butt. All right, like there. I'm just going to let her walk if she doesn't walk too far. Okay? Okay, I'm not riding her. You're not riding a horse unless you have both feet, one leg on either side of her. Okay? That's actually pretty good. I kind of like that she did that. That's really good. Okay? So I'm going to slide off, just like I'll be doing when I get on and off of her when I ride her. Now let's switch sides. And this is quite a bit better than it was yesterday. She was a lot more nervous about it yesterday. And this horse is kind of like that. First time you do something, it's pretty ugly. And then she kind of thinks about it. And the second time, it's usually better. All right, so same thing. I'm just on the other side of her. She stepped over. That's fine. I still have this rope crooked around my arm if I need it. And she can walk around a little. If she takes off, I'll slide off of her. As long as she's just fussing, you know, it's okay. Good girl. Good girl. There we go. And I'll wiggle around here. Part of it's because I'm a little uncoordinated. And part of it's because I want to. I want her to get used to this kind of stuff. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to try, if I can, Get my legs up here over her butt. Like this. Okay. Alrighty. That's pretty nice right there. For her, that's pretty good. And I'm going to stay up here if she'll let me and just rub her belly on both sides at the same time. At the same time. And I didn't slide off because I was worried. I slid off because I lost my balance. What can I tell you? And that's fine, you know. This stuff, it doesn't matter if you fall off 20 times, it actually is good for her. Because she gets used to you sliding on and off. And she doesn't know I did it accidentally. She doesn't care. This is just, there we go, good. Yeah, she's doing really good. A lot better than yesterday. Yesterday she got nervous and she kind of jumped away a little bit. Come here. Oh, come here. So as far as she's concerned, I'm riding her. I'm not, but she doesn't see any difference between this and me actually sitting up on her, does she? Doesn't matter to her. It does to me. There we go. Okay, and the more uncoordinated you are, the more you'll get your horse broke. Okay. I'll just rub on her. If she wants to walk around, that's fine. I don't care. There, good girl. And this is a kind of nervous kind of horse. When she gets nervous, she moves. That's just one of her evasion things. One of her many. There we go, baby. You're doing great. You're doing great with this. Okay? All right, let Grandpa. Sorry to say, I'm swinging my leg up here, but I'm not because I can't get it up. There we go. Okay, so there, I kicked her right there with my knee accidentally. That's okay. She needs to get used to that. That's part of why we do this stuff. They get used to all of this, you know, flopping around. And if I kick her accidentally with my knee back here, or my foot or my toe, I'm touching her with my boot right there. This is why we do this. Okay? I'm not gonna get on her. I'm gonna set my leg over her, keep one foot on the step here. So I don't trust her enough to ride her bareback. But if she hadn't stepped out from under me, I probably could. I'm just not that brave. I could probably sit on her bareback and she'd walk around in a circle just as she did just then. I'm just a little bit of a chicken to do that. Come here, babe. Okay. My ribs are gonna hurt tonight. I'm just telling you. Okay. 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 There we go. And I'm poking her pretty hard with my elbow to get where I need to be. And I'm just rumbling around here. See, she can just walk around and get used to that. By the way, she's fussing about a fly. And one reason I put the bit on her before I did this is it gives her something else to think about. Horses, in my opinion, if Dr. Stephen Peters is watching, you can correct me, Dr. Peters, if I'm wrong, but I think horses can only think about one thing at a time. And she can switch back and forth and think about me and then think about the bit, and then me and then the bit. But I don't think they can multitask like humans can.